Yeah, this is Steve Anderson right here. This guy, he loves talking about gay people. That he might actually be fruity. Who knows?
Looking at the English Bible is enough to clearly see what it is. But if you, I did look it up in the Greek, and the word in the Greek basically was a compound word of basically the word for man and the word for bed. Okay, I mean that's what it's referring to. Okay, so it's pretty clear. There's no controversy here. I mean, it's pretty obvious what it's referring to. It's referring to those that are sodomites. Okay, so back to 1 Corinthians chapter 6. Now that we understand what that term means.
So Shelley was trying to say last night that they don't believe that 1 Corinthians 6, abusers of themselves with mankind, was talking about homos, but his own cult leader, Steve, says that it is talking about homos. So let's go back to that passage real quick, because this is a passage that false teachers take out of context to say that if you do any of these sins, you won't go to heaven. That's not true. He was talking about how unbelievers are living and how they shouldn't go to them to judge their legal matters. So this is where we have it right here. Abusers of themselves with mankind. I gave Shelley the evidence, shilly, the evidence that this was talking about sodomites. He denied it, and Stephen Anderson admitted it. He said it wasn't talking about sodomites. Stephen Anderson said it is, and this is a smoking gun. Such were some of you, but ye are washed, but ye are sanctified, but ye are justified in the name of the Lord Jesus, and by the Spirit of our God. So if such were some of you, but ye are washed, but ye are sanctified, but ye are justified in the name of the Lord Jesus. So where does that come in with your reprobate doctrine, Steve? Such were some of you. So are you a sodomite, Steve? Because it says such were some of you. Maybe you were the fruity one. Maybe that's why you talk about gay people so much, Steve. Because it's unnatural. You keep saying it's unnatural to be gay, which I would agree with, but you know what? It's unnatural for you to talk about it so much. It's fruity, Steve. I'm going to get a pic of Steve up right here again, just so you guys know who I'm talking about. Okay, so this is Stephen Anderson. This guy is absolutely teaching a false gospel. He's spreading it all over the internet, saying that gay people can't be saved. And yeah, it's just an abomination what he's doing. It's an abomination to spread a false gospel. All glory be to God. And I'm going to show you that picture of Shelley one more time, just to put the nail in the coffin for Shelley, that he was speaking the lies of the devil last night. Because signs and symbols rule the world, guys. That's how these elite occultists operate, is through signs and symbols. Now, I'm not saying that Shelley is an occultist or not. All I'm saying is that when he was speaking lies last night, he threw up this hand sign, 666. Now, I'm not saying that he intentionally did this, but things come through in the spirit when somebody's speaking lies, and nobody throws up that hand sign while they're speaking the truth. That's why I'm calling him Shilly now instead of Shelley. And I don't consider him to be a real pastor, because a real pastor would stand firm on the truth of the gospel, that anybody can be saved if they believe in Jesus Christ, not singling out a certain group of people and saying they can't be saved. So I don't consider him a real pastor. I consider him Shilly now. And Steve Anderson is really the guy running the show. Steve Anderson, this is the guy who's really behind everything. He's the one running the show. He's telling everybody else to preach the reprobate doctrine, and he's a cult leader. All the people who follow him, they all talk exactly the same. They sound like identical to him. It's weird. On the stream last night, one of his worshipers came on, and it was this like really effeminate soy guy, and he was trying to debunk what I was saying, and he got destroyed. He got absolutely destroyed by the power of God. Praise Jesus Christ. Nah, I'm not gonna rip on this guy too hard. Pray for him. He's clearly a little bit fruity.